I think to be part of Billy's legacy is a wonderful thing for us to be able to do with the Children's Hospital as a promising scientist and young student athlete. So much of what he did and what he was about, the way that he worked together with his family, with friends, and indeed with teams, I think he'd be pleased to know that now Billy Bear is part of our team and part of our family at the Children's Hospital as well.
One of the most memorable experiences I've had with Billy Bear was the teddy bear toss between East Grand Rapids and Catholic Central, the hockey game. Now the energy there was insane. There were people on both sides just going crazy. But then when that first goal was scored and those teddy bears came out in the field, it was just a sense of community that brought everyone together. That was just really special.
Almost a year ago now, it came full circle for us. I got a midnight call, and as parents, you never want to get a call from your kids at midnight. My other daughter, Maura, and her husband, Jeff, were rushing to the hospital with my granddaughter, Harper Grace, who was 7 months old at the time. They got to Spectrum Children's Hospital, and the Spectrum did everything they could for her. They did a heart bypass to help her heart continue to work well. They did a number of recovery things to get her through the night and into the next day. But about 5 o'clock that next day, the doctors came to my son and daughter and said, we've done everything we could do, and she's not going to make it. The nurses come in with a Billy Bear and describe to us the whole program, not having a clue that we knew what the program was. Went through it, and I remember my son-in-law, Kevin, at the time weeping profusely, saying, I never knew this would come full circle. What a meaningful thing to have that impact.
I would say the most memorable event for me on my time or during my time on the Billy Bear Youth Advisory Board was definitely the Children's Healing Center visits, because it really showed the kids, and we got to see the kids in a different perspective. We usually we don't get to see them because there are a lot of times we're in the hospital. We actually got to play with them and see the kids we impact firsthand. So it was especially empowering to see how beneficial our work is and how it actually affects real kids.
I think being on the Billy Bear Youth Advisory Board has been one of the most enriching high school experiences in the past 4 years for me. I think in particular it's just taught me a lot about public health and nonprofit organizations and philanthropy and where those three things intersect, and it's really helped me just figure out what I want to do in the next couple years and what I want to major in, and just how I want to help my community in various ways.
The experience that stuck out the most to me and definitely will have the longest impact on my life was Jesus' birthday party, his 7th birthday party. He was terminally ill with cancer. He was on kind of his last days, and he was holding on for his 7th birthday party, and we went out, and he was an avid Spider-Man fan. And all I wanted to do was meet Spider-Man for his birthday. And Peter and I had gone out to Holland, and he was initially going to be Spider-Man, but I threw it on and pretended to be a superhero and didn't feel much like one at all. But went in and met his family, and his mom saw me in the suit and started crying, and met Jesus and kind of sat on the couch with him. He didn't say a whole lot. He was really, really sick, couldn't really move, couldn't even really move his head. But you could kind of tell when Spider-Man walked in the room, there was a little bit of a spark in his eyes, and that kind of seeing his eyes and knowing that this meant something to him, and his family was so appreciative afterwards, and they were hugging me, treating me like a long-lost family member, a friend forever, and I had just put on this suit, and it really made me realize that sometimes these little things can mean so much to people, and reverberated for that family much more than I could have ever imagined.
I had a port put in, and I always felt like I needed to be holding on to something when I was sleeping, just for a sense of security. And I used to be a stomach sleeper, but with a port it was so uncomfortable to sleep on your chest because you have something like a foreign object there. So I would use my Billy Bear and I would just hug it and sleep with it at night because it helped me sleep, because I was holding on to something and it was protecting my port. And so just having that, especially, I legitimately couldn't sleep without it during treatment, because it was a symbol of comfort.
I'd reach out to all of you listening to say, give a little bit about what you have. Again, you're giving a little gift of hope, a little gift of love to others, but you're also enabling the next generation to learn what it's about, to give back to society. So I'd ask those of you that can, give a little bit to this organization. It's a great cause and it has a great purpose to fulfill.